So Andy Griffin with the District Phoenix out doing a property drive on Monday. A lot of the stuff you'll see on this channel is going to be entrepreneurial related and also real estate related. Hey, it's Andy Griffin with the District Phoenix. You know, I know a lot of my tenants follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I wanted to reach out to everybody that's renting from us, one of our properties, and let you know that we understand you're potentially going through a hard time. You know, we're struggling with you as well. Just want to let you know that if you're having a hard time making your rents, if there's something going on in your life that's going to make it a challenge for you to make rents, just reach out to us. You can DM us here, you can email us, call us. Some of you have my cell number, you can text me, but just reach out. We want to work with everybody. We want to make sure that you don't lose your place and that you have a place to live and that you can get back on your feet when this thing wraps back around. So please feel free, reach out, get ahead of it. We don't want to have to call you, chase you down to find out what's going on. It changes the tone of the conversation. Reach out to me in advance, let me know what's going on, and we're here to help, okay? Thank you very much, and stay safe out there. Are you healthy?
Here, good.
No coughing?
No.
So what are you thinking? You need to apply some primer to the front?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know, especially, you know, that new stuff probably be good.
So hit the new stucco with primer and then hit the whole house?
Yes.
Okay. Look at this old truck. That thing's awesome. All right, so we're out Almeria. Hopefully, we've had a ton of rain, and you know, the coronavirus has really kinked things up. So we're trying to keep things to a minimum, but we have this project working, and we're going to see how progress has been. The rain has been a real big challenge for us. It's designed to look this way, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And we went through and we power washed everything down and realized there was a bunch of spots that just weren't done right. This whole wall was caving in. We weren't really expecting, as the power washer came in, everything was just falling apart. We weren't expecting to rebuild the wall, but we had to and we did. So it looks good. That's done professionally, it looks good. We're gonna get this all painted today, so pretty excited about coming back in a few days and seeing how this is turning out. ¿Qué pasó, Adolfo? How you feeling?
Good.
Doing good. You feeling okay?
Yeah.
Not sick?
No.
Is your family doing okay?
Yeah.
Nobody's sick? Everybody's good?
No.
Okay. ¿Qué onda?
Good.
How are you guys? So, so we pulled out all the cabinets in here. All of these floors in the kitchen, they have to be redone. So we pulled out all the cabinets. We're gonna keep the cabinets and repaint them, but now we're pulling up the floor, all the bad wood floor. We're pulling this all out. We're gonna come in with brand new wood floor, lay it down, put the cabinets on top so there's no gap. The theme of these remodels, it seems like, and especially this one, is we're spending too much money again, but it's just kind of hard to not like do it right. And this is always my problem with remodels, and why they're just always a struggle for me, is like I don't want to do it half-assed. And we bought this property with the intent of coming in and just like lipsticking it, but when you find these floors and you just, I don't know, this house is so cool. Like I can't half-ass it, and sometimes it costs me a profit. But this house is gonna be rad when it's done. And doing these floors, they're just all termite infested, they're bad. It's also gonna help these guys out too. There's some electrical issues that were done incorrectly, and it's another thing. I can't sell a house to a homeowner with electrical issues that I know are bad. There's a lot of things I can keep the existing refrigerator, for example, and the existing range, for example, and they can deal with that. But when the electrical panel's shot, like I have to fix that. I can't leave them something that's going to be a danger for them. So there's some electrical stuff that these guys will be able to get to a little easier. So maybe in the long run, maybe it's just meant to be. So. This stretch of floor also didn't make it. So the living area, the front bedroom, and the dining area, they're all good. There's a little bit of, people replaced it, didn't lace it correctly. So lacing it's basically putting it correct when it's together, so they're not all boarded like straight. So those are good, but this is another section that has to be entirely removed. Again, we bit off a lot. All the saltillo in here is going to come out, and so the floor is just going to be one sweeping wood floor throughout the entire house. But you can see it's a pretty substantial amount of space that we're redoing. So all this will come up, and it's just going to be all brand new floors. You can see over here, like for example, it's going to be hard to replace and fix that. You can see over here moisture, and so we have moisture. It's just always going to be damaged. It actually smells a little bit here. We have to remedy that. And then back here, you can just kind of see how everything is not done correctly. So all this is going to go, and I'll show them what's lacing over here. So this is the incorrect way to replace the floor. So you see how the floor just it runs, and then they just match these pieces up, whereas like the original here, like you see the original here, how they're laced up correctly. You know, it's like you really just lay one full one down, cut half and go, the next one, and then full half, and you just keep going. But over here, they're even. So this is done incorrect. So we have to pull all these out. Issues over here where they're done incorrect. All this has to come out, repair that back there. So it just doesn't make any sense to do all these floors and make them nice and then leave somebody's shoddy work in place. So a little more money, but it'll be done right. So we walk into a lot of these homes, and the question is always, is it a barrel ceiling or a cove ceiling? Everybody loves them both, but they kind of get confused with the name. So you can see the ceiling, how it's got a big arch, big rounded arch to it. This is actually a barrel ceiling, which is cool. This house is 1,200 square feet, but the living area we're at feels like a palace in here because the ceilings are so high. If it's a cove ceiling, it's going to be a little tighter. The barrel piece won't be so big. It's just going to be tighter and more in the corners, kind of coves over versus squared up. So it's a real cool architectural feature from the mid-century homes that imagine walking in here and having all of this big open area, these floors all done perfectly, bright whites, and then with a 5 or 6 inch floorboard. That's how the house came. Like, this house is going to feel like 1940, and it's going to be awesome. We're excited for it. So this is the iron fixture we're talking about. It's got a nice look to it. I think it's going to pop against this bright white. We're doing a creamy white. It looks a little too dark over here, but if you see it in real time, just on the windows, some of the accents are going to be painted it, but against that bright white, it's going to look really nice, really sharp. Hey team, if you are showing any rental properties, please qualify the prospective tenant, and then at the time of showing, just give them the lockbox code to enter, and then work on heading out there to wipe down the code, the lockbox and the countertop areas, and change the lockbox code. It's a crazy time. Got to get innovative, got to get different, you know. Got to trust people, I guess, that they're not going to destroy your properties, which most people are good. But trying to keep this game, trying to keep this ball rolling as best we can, but also be as responsible as we can. All right, so what scares me about that property, honestly, just the market is so tight that we bought that thing on such a skinny margin that it needed to be like a $10,000 remodel. It needed to be like a 7-day job with labor, and now we're at 25,000, mostly because of the floors, but we're at 25 grand. And with this rain, and now the coronavirus, we're gonna be like at 3 weeks worth of labor. So it's like, you know, just operating on a skinny margin and getting kind of a bad hand dealt to you. But I'm not overly stressed. I mean, bottom line is, if I have to keep it for rents, it's a great little property. It's in Coronado Historic District. It's gonna be super cool when it's done. So I'm excited for it, and it'll be a great rental, or I'll sell it and make a little bit of money on it. But it's just, you know, getting in the game to buy it as a rental versus buying it as a fix and flip. It's just different inspections, it's different financing options, it's different renovations, you know. So when you do one and you have to convert to the other, it just kinks you up on time. So unfortunately, unfortunately, that's where we're at. So, but you know, bottom line is I got a good piece of real estate in a great part of town in a great little neighborhood. So, you know, I can't go wrong necessarily, but may cost me more in carry costs. You know, I'm not putting it on traditional financing right away because I'm planning on selling it. So I don't want to pay the extra $5 or $6 grand refinance cost and jump through all those hoops time-wise to save 1 month of payments. You know, but if I was holding it, if I knew I was holding it as a rental, I'd be already on that paperwork, have everything in, be ready to rock to get out of that heavy, high money, you know, carry. So just, you know, make the best decision we have, what we have in front of us, and you know, we're kind of in an unprecedented time. But real estate's like that anyway. You just you get thrown curveballs all the time, and if you can't adapt, then you don't make it. So we'll just keep adapting, not hit this truck.